my face. One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all out there this evening. Look at that side chat out there just rocking and rolling. Ah, man. Yeah, we started a few minutes late. Sorry about that. Well, the reason was because there was a sale on the pineapple pizza. And so we got that for the green room. You know, not everybody likes pineapple on their pizza. So some were mixing drinks with the pineapple. Some, you know, said that, well, if you pick the pineapple off the pizza, it's still, you can taste the pineapple. So anyway, that was a problem. We won't be doing that again, you know. So anyway, good to see everybody out there, man. Welcome, welcome. Guns, beer, and therapy. Man, the Saturday night, and we have a great panel back there in the green room, and I won't bring them out to you guys because they're just great people. Rich White already says pineapple pizza. Hillbilly's trying to poison the panel. Well, not quite, Betty, but anyway, let's bring a few of these people out one at a time until we get them all out here. So first up, I'd like to bring up Mr. Should I say Molt Dud 6? I think Molt Dud 6. Everybody know who this is. Bubba Triclops Ballistic. How you doing tonight, brother?
After examining the pizza, I decided that I should bury it. So we don't have to worry about finishing it off or anything. It needs to be laid to rest in peace, like pizza deserves, with dignity, and the pineapple taken off of it and burnt in a fiery pit, as it were.
All right. Well,
I should continue to look up the funeral arrangements. I will let you know post haste.
Well, Travis T said he had wine and pizza tonight. So, I mean, is Travis T going to be like,
Brother, go seek medical
his
help.
night to maybe win? I mean, that guy never wins anything. And maybe this will be his night. He had Hawaiian pizza.
I think he should go seek medical help, though, in all honesty.
And we got a hashtag Bubba Loves Glocks out there.
Oh, God.
And Jamie's like, yeah, we're just trying to get all the miles we can out of those domino cards. Uh-oh. Justin Grimm says, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. I know. Bubba's wearing glasses. Everybody unsubscribe. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Willie says pineapple and pizza should be a arrestable offense. Oh, man, I knew that. Everybody'd have an opinion on that tonight.
And I would rather have anchovies on a pizza than pineapple. I'll tell that right
now. Oh, man. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, buddy.
No problem, brother.
I appreciate you. And up next, I'd like to bring up Mr. JH586. How you doing tonight, Jamie? How you doing, buddy?
Better than I deserve. Hope y'all are. Yeah, I'm glad we're getting some use out of those pizza cards, man. Sometimes pizza is just hard to beat, and sometimes it's just not what you need, you know.
And sometimes it needs to be.
Thanks for having me tonight, Hillbilly. I'm feeling a certain kind of way, but I appreciate being here, and hopefully we can have some fun, man.
Oh, Yeah, man. The day we quit having fun on this show is the day that we'll shut the doors on it.
Wrap it up, pour gas on it, and set it on fire, right?
You betcha. We'll load this thing up with tannerite and finish it off right.
Yeah, we're going to do some of that soon. I've got a box of police safety scales over here that I can't wait to share with the Scottish American. Yeah, that's going to be a fun video.
Oh, yeah. And Justin, I don't think there's any seltzer in the green room. It's kind of banned, you know. There's been too many of those times that we've had to drink hard seltzer, and that only comes for a good cause, man.
That brings up a point I need to make with you, man. I agree with, and I understand the precept of you shooting the hard seltzers, and I agree totally. However, the cookies, the cookies
We
in
do
front
have a
of,
problem with the cookies, yeah.
yeah, I got a problem with the cookies, but especially
Well,
the chocolate chip ones in the intro. I'm like, man, boy, they had to be old and moldy. I know my brother American Hillbilly wouldn't do that.
yeah, yeah, we don't waste much food around here, and yeah, if you see food getting shot, more than likely it's avocado toast. Well, avocado toast is about the only thing we did waste, but and uh, but yeah, I think those cookies were leftovers. I'm sure because I mean, otherwise they would have been gone. We would have done ate them. And I think that some of that stuff was coming from my what was it 7 days of Christmas shorts, and so yeah, we were shooting a lot of Christmas stuff and hard seltzer for that intro, and yeah, I probably ought to update that sometime. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, Jamie. Sure appreciate you, brother. And up next, I'd like to bring up Mr. Pat in the bunker. How you doing, feller?
Well, I will repeat what Jamie said. I'm doing better than what I deserve. I'm still above ground. I'm surrounded by my friends. I've got a home to come home to and everything. So, no, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. No, thanks for having me on tonight, Bubba, Jamie, everybody out there in the chat. Man, I am just, after this week and the last couple weeks, I am just glad to be above ground and breathing. So, for many different reasons that I'm not going to get into tonight, but I'm just glad to be walking and breathing on God's green earth tonight. I really am. I really am.
Oh, that's great. And that's always a plus, brother. Which, anyway, glad to have you, Pat.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hopefully those animals out in the field will behave themselves tonight until at least the show's over.
Yeah, well, everything, I'll tell you what, last couple hours have been really slow. So, and I didn't see anything out wandering around or doing anything serious. So I think I'll probably be here for the full night tonight.
Well,
Hopefully I didn't
Fox
myself.
wants to
wood.
know if you're technically underground in your bunker.
Yeah, actually I am. I'm actually underground.
Well, awesome. And Boomstick says, I didn't realize we're old and this is our idea of having a party on Saturday night. Yeah. You're exactly right, brother. Oh, man. So, anyway, I'd like to bring Mark Thomas. How you doing tonight, brother?
Real good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I think this is a great place to party on a Saturday night. You ain't gonna get pulled over on the way home.
Yeah. And you can just, if you get tired, you just go sleep right there in the chair you're in, huh, brother?
What I usually do. I will probably try to check out earlier before that tonight because we gotta set those clocks. And technically, right now it's already 11:30 here.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, we got a sighting out there. We're going to come back to this because there's a few people still left in the back chat finishing up that Hawaiian pizza. So anyway, thanks so much for being here tonight, Mark. And up next,
Thanks,
I'd
Rodney.
like to bring up Mr. Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, Gizzard?
I'm doing all right. Trying to figure out exactly how you're supposed to eat this Hawaiian pizza. I think I read somewhere that you're supposed to carry it over to the nearest trash receptacle, hold it over the top, and let go with your hands, I believe is the proper way of eating that stuff.
Gary, you ain't wrong.
I
You
tried
ain't wrong,
giving some
brother.
to George, and George just looked at me like, "Are you kidding, man?"
Well, I tell you what, if George turns around and starts scratching trying to bury that, then definitely get rid of it.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with it, man. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Sure appreciate you. And last but not least, I would love to bring up Mr. P.O. How you doing tonight, Walter?
Yeah, sure. Save the old man for last. I see how this is. I see what's going on here. The guy who needs to sleep the most. Yeah, put him on last. I'm doing well.
You saved the best for last, Walter, didn't you? Don't you know that?
Well, that's what you said in the back room with that damn pizza you brought in.
I buried it. Leave it be. I shot it 12 times and buried it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm doing as Jamie says better than I deserve. I told a story in the back room last night on Georgia, but I was at the range yesterday and I bent over to pick up a lousy 380 case and just pulled a muscle in my lower back. Holy moly, I paid for that all night long. But I got up this morning and felt even worse. So I took a good belt and got out the vibrator and I feel better now.
awesome.
Well,
My kidney
say-
belt from my motorcycle days and the vibrating heated cushion for the easy chair. And those two things kept me going. That kidney belt's a good piece of gear to have around. I'm telling you,
Yes, it
hold you
is.
together when nothing else will.
I'd say next
Yeah.
time you see a 380 spent brass on the ground, you probably just kick it, huh?
I actually got another story about that for later on too. I think my brass picking up days might be over. Not my brass collecting days, but we'll talk about that later. But I'm happy to be here. It's good to see all our friends out here in the side chat. It's just always a pleasure to be here and interact with you guys and listen to your tall tales and whatnot, along with the rest of us smoking and joking over here. So it's going to be a good time tonight. Thanks,
All
Hillbilly.
right. Well, good to have you and everybody here. And Walter, would you like to lead us on this right here?
Are we ready?
No.
In 3, 2, 1. Hi, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
The Battle Bean himself is here.
Awesome.
Good to see you, Mario.
Bad choice of words, Mario says.
hey, look, I was going to call it on it, but I was just like, no, that's not appropriate right now.
No, you got to wait above
I
us.
was-
Here's the deal.
I was
You gotta
waiting for
wait
somebody to
your
call
turn.
me on it.
I
I was
think
just like, man, you really should not have said it that way.
Deeper.
I think it's just the Lord
Moist.
giving you a gentle nudge, Walter, that 380 is not something you should be reloading.
I actually ended up shooting quite a bit of it.
All right.
Where we at?
So, Mr. Foss, I had to pull this up here. Sent me a picture, an email, and I'm going to share this with everybody. He says, let me go back to the email and make sure I'm reading this right. Doggone it, where'd it go? Okay. God's creation of pineapple pizza. So I'm going to share this with y'all. As soon as I can hit all the right buttons. No
Oh, there's
pineapple.
definitely, yeah. There's a joke in there somewhere besides no pineapple, but I'll just shut myself.
Should just showed Satan coming around the corner with a bunch of pineapples in his hand.
Hey, there's CW out there. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
CW!
CW.
Oh my goodness!
Always good to see my brother out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good dude. Good dude.
And we also had Minnie Wayne show up in this chat. Always a pleasure to have Minnie Wayne here. And Misty says, "Don't encourage him."
He's attracted by the cookies in the back room. It's Wayne bait, also known as a cookie.
So, real quick, instead of asking you all this individually, I figured we'd wait till we got in here, and also for the side chat. Did you make somebody's week better, or did somebody make your week better? And I think Walter last night, was it you that said you had something to share about that tonight?
Yeah, and that relates to the 380 story. So I'm at the range, and I was shooting some weird video that I put up today with the chronographs for those of you guys over there who saw that. And then I put all of that stuff away. Brought a wheelbarrow over and loaded all that stuff back into the truck. And I started shooting a couple 380s. And a few years ago, the 6-shooter Texan had handmade one of his custom bullet molds for 380, a little 98 grain round, flat, slick-sided bullet. And he sent me that mold and said, here, it's yours. So I cast up a bunch, tried a few loads, and I got lucky and found a good one. And a few other guys have tried that bullet and couldn't make it shoot, but it shoots lights out for me in both my Bursa 380 and the SIG P238, both little short belly gun kinds of firearms, but it shoots that bullet just clean. Well, so I'm over there shooting, and it looks like it's 7 yards, so it wasn't very far out at and shooting a 1.5 to 2 inch group with the Bursa thunderstorm, or firestorm, not the thunder, but, and so the range officer, one of them, she's a gal, and she talks to me every time I'm there. I'm standing there shooting away, and you get this hair standing up on the back of your neck, thinking that, man, and I look around and she's right behind me with her mouth hanging open. She goes, "What are you shooting?" And I said, "My Bursa Firestorm." She says, "No, what ammo?" She says, "I've got one of those, and I can't make it shoot that good no matter what I do." So I showed her the round. It says handmade round, and she says, "You've got to help me, get some of that ammunition." I said, "Well, I make it. It's handmade. I'm not real comfortable giving, just giving it to you, even though you're an experienced shooter. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will teach you to reload." And she lives in the same town as me. I said, you come on over to the house, and I'll teach you to reload. You can use my gear as long as you want to. If you don't, if it's not something you want to do. And she says, "For that, I will trade you all of the lead that I can pick up off this range and all of the brass and all the calibers you need if you'll, melt that lead down and make the bullets for me and teach me to reload." So it was win-win. She made my day, and I think I made her.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So I
That's
thought
great.
it was cool. I thought this is going to be fun. Get to teach somebody, firsthand. And she is a good shot. She just can't make that little versus shoot where it means I've seen her shoot it.
Call that a win-win.
Yeah, it's
Why
gonna
do
be.
all Walter's stories relate with ladies?
Well, if you got it,
Ladies man. Yep, ladies man.
He does have that vibrator. Anyway,
I was just thinking, I bet she ain't hard to look at either.
she's not.
Kind of shiny.
If I was 40 years younger, I'd think about it. Okay, 3 years younger, I'd think about it.
Last week you'd think about it.
Yeah.
I want to thank Pat in the Bunker. Get the 5 memberships, man. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. That all goes, and I've tried to explain this over and over, guys. Not one penny of those memberships is spent for personal use, ammo, guns, nothing like that. All that money goes right back into giveaways for this channel. So when you do that, you're making somebody's day better, because every time somebody wins, the membership money, that's, from you guys. And so you guys are definitely making people's day better by doing that. And I just want to thank you so much. I honestly, really, really appreciate that, because, it's helping to make other people's day better, regardless of what the giveaways are and stuff. So anyway, thank you very much for that. So has anybody else got a story for this week?
Well,
Pat?
I just made 5 people's day better a little bit, because it was kind of nip and tuck this week. It's man, honestly, with the way my week was going, it's just straight up peaks and valleys. I mean, straight up, straight down. I'm not gonna lie. Had a couple deaths in the family, and between all the the good weather that we've had with calving and everything, and finally everything kind of got straightened out and everything. Because you guys know that I was having a rough time just a week ago and everything. So yeah, no, it's just a good deal. Just I just wanted to make a couple people out there, just have just become members and see what they are not missing out on now. Because man, some of your videos, some of those insider videos that you posted, man, those have been hilarious. Especially.
Well,
So,
thank you very much.
that's-
And also, Tactical Fud Buck, man, thank you. He gifted 5 memberships, guys. Thanks a lot. And what comes with that membership? I really feel bad, like we're talking about this, but we do a live chat every Tuesday night that's just for the VIPs only. And we have a lot of fun there. We really do. My wife is most usually always on that chat with us. And we really try to have a lot of fun. But then the videos like Pat was talking about, some of those are some bloopers, some are just different things. Me doing stuff around the house, like trying to, solve a problem that we might have, with, me fabricating something to make something work. So those videos and everything that we do on there are not released to everybody else. And then plus the giveaways that we have on there are like stuff that we don't give away on, Guns, Beer, and Therapy or anything else. So we try to make it as special as we can for the VIPs. So anyway, I appreciate you guys very much. Defense says, "What the hell? Bubba looks almost respectable tonight. His bed's still ain't paid. You can tell he's not dating." So,
Yeah.
yeah, when he's dating, his bed's all nice and neat, and and all that stuff. So, anyway, so anybody else before we go on to first topic tonight? And guys, make sure you hashtag in HBN67, and that'll get you entered in tonight's giveaway.
Well, I will say this. I don't know about making somebody else's day better, but I will say everybody out of the Hillbilly Nation, you guys made my day better. And I want to thank you guys for all the donations you all made, even though you was making me suffer eating all the milk duds. Raised enough money, just about finished the rifle. So thank you guys so very much. As far as it being able to shoot, it can shoot now. But there's still some small little bit details I need to work out on it. But thank you guys for the donations. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you guys. And got to give it up to the Hillbilly Nation, guys. You all rock.
They do, man. They do.
Well, man. I will be the first to apologize, Bubba. I never tried to make you eat any more milk duds than you had to, but you were a trooper. You were a trooper, and it was like, nope, I'll just grab another handful and just slam them down. So, brother, you are one of the best. You are a trooper. That's all I can say.
I will tell you what. That week, Bubba had the best looking jawline on all of YouTube.
all that exercise.
It was like just tightened all the way up, and I was just like, "Oh wow, that's what my face would look like if I wasn't fat." Yeah,
he looked like Jocko Willnick. He looked like Jocko. He was just like all chiseled and everything. It was just like. This is the Jocko podcast.
Oh my goodness. So does anybody else have anything they want to share before we go on to our first topic?
I heard a pretty good joke on YouTube. Y'all want to hear it?
Oh, you betcha.
I'll make it quick as I can. English dude always tells his wife, "Don't look in the safe. Don't look in the safe." Have y'all heard this? All right, so he comes home, the safe is open, and he looks at his wife and he says, "I told you never look in the safe." And she said, "I know, but there's $40,000 and 3 eggs in there. What's going on?" And he says, "Well, I didn't want you to look in the safe because every time I shag another guy's wife, I put an egg inside there." And she said, "Well, 3 times in 35, years, that's not so bad." And he says, "Yeah, but every time I get a dozen, I sell them, and that's where the $40,000 came from."
Oh man.
I hope no wives are watching.
Those are probably one of my favorite scenes in movies. Is when you come up on the movie, right? You're watching the movie, you have no premise for what's going on. When you come up and this guy's finishing off a joke, and it's the punchline. It's like, that doesn't matter. We have the room all night, or that's not my mother. That's not my dog. That's my mother-in-law. That kind of a deal. Walking up, I always love them scenes in movies because I'm just like, what was that joke? What was that joke? Because everybody's dying laughing. What was the joke? Please tell me. Somebody tell me the joke.
Mr. Bob says that's some serious egg money. It's like the story my grandpa used to tell. He said, yeah, the fellas hanging out there at the feed store and stuff, said, drinking coffee and playing dominoes, said, no boy, he wasn't, the sharpest tack in the bag, but good feller, worked hard and all that. Said, he come in there and he said, "Hey," he said, "did you fellas heard that me and Dolores we're going to be getting married?" And they're like, "Well, congratulations." And one of the boys said, "Well," said, "I don't know if you know this, but Dolores, she's kind of been with everybody in Pulaski County." And the boy looked at him and said, "Yeah, I know that." But he said, "Pulaski County ain't that big." Man. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Tough crowd, huh?
Yeah. We're gonna be here all night, fellas.
Don't forget to tip your bartenders and waitresses.
Yeah, the more you drink, the funnier we get.
Yeah, watch this a couple hours later. You might laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, you keep fellers ready for the first topic tonight.
Let her
And
rip.
I thought I'd just bring this up real quick. This is not a major topic, but I just figured since Jamie said something last night on Georgia Shooting Connection, I thought I'd bring this up real quick. So, Jamie, should revolvers and lever actions have rails and optics on it?
You're asking me that?
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
man,
boy.
after you buy it, it's yours. This is America. You can do what you want to with it, and I'm at the point in my life where I have to put scopes on my hunting guns, and that includes my lever actions, and I get a lot of grief about it. Quite frankly, it's nobody's business but mine. And
Yep.
and if you want to put red dots on those revolvers, that's your business. And would I do it? Probably not. But the Lord says, "Judge not, lest ye also be judged." So there's that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Now,
is anybody still going around the panel? Is anybody else got a say so about this? And we're going to move on to the next topic. I was kind of just razzing Jamie a little bit. So,
well, there's one thing I really got a problem with. I get emails from this company called Ranger something something. They sell all these tack rails and hand guards for lever actions and skeletonized stocks and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, it don't even look like a lever action. Whatever happened to walnut and blued steel? Ranger Point Precision. That's the name of them. Ranger Point Precision.
Yeah.
Scotsman nailed it. Thank you, brother. And yeah, I would never do one of mine like that. But if hey man, one thing that we gotta take into account here is, we don't like much the way this particular platform that we're on right now treats the gun community. But that being said, if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't even know each other. We'd still be in a little corner of the world doing what we do. And, so if those type things that Ranger Point Precision sells for lever actions, if they open the door to a new generation of folks that would otherwise not touch a lever action rifle, then I'm for that. And they're going to get that taste, and they're going to want to know the history of what they're talking about. And then they're going to realize exactly what kind of an abomination they actually have. And then they'll find Jay and Stout Marlins. And yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, You ain't kidding, Scotsman. They charge, those parts are not cheap, and they can double the cost of your rifle. But whatever it takes, man. You know.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Jamie. I'm not putting optics on my revolvers, and I don't put them on my lever guns. It's just me because that makes them not look like a lever gun. It's still going to shoot like a lever gun, and I might be able to see something a little farther down range. But my train of thought is if I need to shoot a rifle with an optic on it, there's other rifles that are going to do that job better than my lever gun anyway, probably. And I always treated my lever guns as more of a brush gun than anything else, because that's the kind of country we had to hunt in up here. I wasn't going to get a shot more than 100 yards, and I could hit it with my Model 94, with nothing on it but iron sights. So it never occurred to me that I would need a scope on that gun. If you're going to shoot from one ridge over to the next ridge, then you had a .6 or 308.
Yeah.
I agree.
Go, Bubba.
I agree.
Go, Bubba.
If I'm shooting a 460 revolver, if I'm shooting a 460, I am sorry. There is a scope on that and a damn bipod. I'm sorry. At that point, when you get to a certain caliber, you got to start thinking like, all right, this is no longer a revolver. This is now a rifle with a
that's one gun on my bucket list.
That's like one of the few guns that automatically have a muzzle brake and a threaded barrel as a revolver. That's just like automatic for that.
No, I can see that. I could see that, because that is a big friggin' bullet going down range, and that's gonna take something. I mean, that's gonna waylay something.
It's like someone chambering a BFR in the 300 Win Mag. Like, I'm sorry, at that point, get a scope on it, get a bipod, and just move on. That is no longer a revolver.
Well, you know what's wonderful about that 450 Smith and Wesson, Bubba, is, you can also shoot like 454 Casull through there and all kinds of good calibers also. I want one so bad.
That's just my thought on the revolver thing. Now, lever guns, I think, ever since I got mine, I kind of actually like scopes on mine. I have no problem putting a scope on a lever gun whatsoever at all. Red dot, no, pointless, because I'm going to be using it for long range shooting. So, whatever fits your fancy. It's not my self-defense gun, so I'm not going to treat it as a self-defense gun. It's a 22 Magnum. I'm not treating it as a self-defense gun. I'm not treating my revolvers as a self-defense gun, except for maybe the 38 Special, in which that case I'm not putting anything on that anyway, because that's just a throwaway gun. So, I mean, I don't care. My other gun's different story, but my revolvers and my lever gun are just fun toys, and not for self-defense. So I don't care either way. But it's your preference, what you want to do, what you're willing to have, what you're willing to pay the price for, what you're willing to sacrifice time and energy to. But I will say, no matter what, and I always say this, if you're not training on your rifle and you're using it for self-defense, then you're not doing anything right. But that's all I got to say.
Well, I did commit that sacrilege. I put a red dot on my revolver, and I'm trying to like it, but I still don't. We'll see. It'll stay on there for a while yet, and I'm kind of in the same boat with Jamie. My rifles have to have a scope for hunting. It's just too darn difficult. And if it doesn't have a scope on it, it's just for fun at the range. Should those old classics have it? Nah. But sometimes you just gotta.
Yep. Okay. I'll pipe in here. As far as the revolvers that I got, black powder or 357 22. No, I don't have anything scoped or red dotted on those that's in close work. Most of the stuff that I'm doing with that, I can still see just fine. Not a problem. Now, you get an old lever gun, 22 mag, 357, 30-30, whatever you're shooting those things, if you're going to start stretching them out and shooting them to distance, especially when you're starting in hand loading or anything like that, and your eyesight, just like me. I mean, I have to wear glasses and everything. I've always had to since I was 14. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with a optic on top of a lever gun because that is it's a hunting gun, pure and simple. I mean, that is. I don't care if it's bolt, lever action, semi-auto, or anything like that. But just like anything else, lever gun is a hunting gun, and it's whatever you're comfortable with. So if you want to put a red dot or whatever on top of that old girl, now am I going to take a pristine old, let's say an old Henry lever action and drill and tap? No, I'm not going to do that. Now one of these newer ones that you can just put on a rail or anything like that, yes, go for it. Because a lot of these new lever gun stuff that's bringing everybody in, especially right now with all the new lever gun stuff, man, freaking awesome. I don't care who's making lever action. Get everybody in on this because that is almost kind of like I'm going to try to phrase this as nicely as I can.
It makes my heart happy.
It is. Oh man, beautiful. It is the AR of the Old West, but at the same time, those people that can't have ARs, I would have a lever action, hands down, on anything because that was the quick draw and that was the quick shoot back in the day, and even now, hands down, I love them.
I want to address Willie's comment out there, buddy. Even though, some of the new Marlins and all that's pretty expensive, but there is some pretty decent lever guns out there that you can get for the price of an AR or cheaper. There's a few of them, and so, but. All righty. So I would like to move on. We also have another gun topic, but I'd like to do this one first. We're going to go around the panel with this, and this is also for the side chat. So here on this channel, guys, I mean, it's all about having a good time, supporting our brothers and sisters in the 2A community. And, I just thank each and every one of them. Honestly, I do. I love each and every one of them. I don't know if you know that or not, but I really do. We're family, and, that's awesome. But I thought it'd be a really fun deal to go with this topic next, and we're going to go around the panel on this. And so what this is there's so many so much great content out here that sometimes the algorithm might not recognize or push to the top, so they might not show up on your alerts or on your feed. And so I thought it'd be great to take this opportunity to, call out some of these channels. And so we'll just start with you, Bub, and we'll work our way around the panel, brother. So I know you can't name all of them, and let's try to limit to 2, 3, whatever, 4. And so we just want to do like a whole bunch of them because also other people in the panel's got to, tell theirs too. But and everybody out there with Blue Wrenches, when these channels are named or somebody in the side chat calls them out, if you can, please put up their links to their channels, and let's go over and support each other. So, Bubba, you got anything in mind, brother? You're pulling a hillbilly.
I got it. Forgot I didn't want anybody to hear me hawking up a loogie. Great start shooting school, first and foremost. I think she doesn't get enough credit that she deserves. Brooke Cheney out there in the side chat, usually on our Saturday Night Live chats. Firearms Addict
for this show.
Yep. Firearms Addict's another one, and my buddy over at Hamilton Outdoors. So those are mine.
Awesome. Well, if you or somebody else wants to throw those links out to those channels, that would be great. And if there's anything about any certain these channels for anybody, go ahead and explain to the folks why you really, really appreciate their channel and what it does for you. So,
well, for Hamilton Outdoors, he's the one that got me started, and he's been a real good friend. He's gone through a lot of problems here the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and I think he deserves a lot of love, and he needs a lot of love. And the man would give his shirt off his back for you in a heartbeat. He's just a genuinely a good man, and I think he deserves more love than he's been getting. I mean, he's one of the higher subscribed channels, but I love him dearly, and I feel that his videos don't get as many views as they used to, and yeah, I just really like promoting them. Firearms Addict, I love him. He's got a lot of older firearms, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally see. He's got one of the original, and this has been, verified from the Smithsonian, I believe, one of the original Civil War sniper rifles. And it was pretty cool when he showed it the first time. It's a pretty awesome rifle, and he's also got a key gun. That's right, a giant key. That is a gun from was it 1886 or something like that. Very interesting gun. So I always enjoy watching his stuff because he's always got something weird or something new. Well, something old, not something new, rather. And Brooke, just because she focuses a lot on unaliving yourself prevention, and she does a lot for the community. I think she has more therapy sessions than anything, but someone reaching out trying to help somebody who's in a critical time in their life should be lifted up, should be hoisted up on our shoulders and helped carry as well, because having to hear depressing stuff all the time, you tend to get depressed yourself. So I think we should carry those who are trying to carry others. And that's
great point, brother. Great point. Well, thank you very much, Bubba. Great stuff, brother. So Jamie, you got some people in mind there?
I would start with everyone that's on the panel tonight. All you guys are, I would encourage everybody to subscribe to your channels, and a couple that ain't on here, CW Longshot, y'all check him out. He's growing. He's doing a video every single day for weeks now, Walter, and he's
3 a day sometimes, 4, yeah, for a while.
You've been busy.
he's closing in on 2,500 subscribers. Congrats to CW on that
Yeah.
growth. There's another guy I like. I think his name is Gun Sam Revolver Aficionado. Does anybody know him?
Nope, new one on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I know that one.
Yeah,
Gun Sam Revolver Aficionado.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
him. And
Oh, okay.
Great channel.
Cool.
Great channel.
and I like that guy too. Scotsman Mix Up 98. He does some stuff out in the. Dang it, man! What's George's channel name? Come on, CW, you gotta help me on that one. The guy that y'all know who I'm talking about. He does a lot of lever action reviews. He's down in Texas and Louisiana.
Oh, yeah,
Guns-
I know who you're
Oh,
talking about, but now I can't remember. Damn it.
Range something. Daggone it. Anyway, and I like the car channels too. I'm a big time Vice Grip Garage fan and Puddin's Fab Shop. How many of y'all watch Puddin's Fab Shop?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
good.
right here.
It's
I
funny.
love Puddin, and he is funny, and but yeah, that's all. Yeah, AR 1776. Y'all need to support him too.
Yep.
I wish I could think of George's channel name. He says I got some stuff to make even a grown man smile like that. And he's all
Right.
about the Ruger revolvers and the lever actions and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks, man. Go on to the next one. That's enough of my stuff.
Well, so we're going down to you, Pat.
Well, one of the guys that I've followed since he started up, it's probably been about 8 years ago now. Uh, it's a lot of good military surplus stuff and modern stuff. It's just kind of a mix up of stuff. The guy is called the Blind Sniper. Now, it's not what it seems like. The guy's just because he's got to have glasses on, you know, just like me, you know, got to have the glasses on and everything. But he calls himself the Blind Sniper. Uh, he puts out a video just about dang near every day. You know, he's got, man, I can't remember how many different military surplus stuff that he's got. Uh, he's got a little range behind his house. Um, you know, and he's got, you know, the guy's got really good content because he goes into like everything from, let's see, bug out bags to what would you carry if this was going to be your carry out gun, you know, if you're a woods walk, getting out of the woods and everything. And another guy, he's not necessarily a YouTuber or anything, but he does a lot of blogging and he does a lot of stuff up in the northeast part of the community. It's John Petrolino, right here, Decoding Firearms. He wrote this book, probably been about 6-7 years ago now, but a very good book for beginners on everything. Really good guy, and he writes for Ammo Land and a lot of other different, just a lot of different places. So, those two guys, if I'm gonna help anybody out, yeah, those guys are awesome. So they put out a lot of good content. So, and just like Jamie said, just look around the panel. man, everything from leather to knives to guns. So yeah, we've got it all here.
Yep. Good stuff, brother. Dang good stuff with all you guys in the side chat, man. They're throwing out some great links too. Thank you very much for that. So, Mark Thomas, moved over to you for a second. And Bubba, I sent you a message in the private chat, buddy.
Yeah, Bubba beat me to it. I'd have piled on there with Rob Hamilton being one of the best. He also gave me a lot of encouragement in the beginning, got me moving in the right direction. Had Firearms Addict too, another good pal. Lion Quest Fitness, Greg, he's got some great videos, does some awesome shooting with revolvers. I think he's actually the way I got my my meetup with Scotsman, and just real good stuff. He's also a teacher. He teaches at a vocational school down in Georgia. Guess maybe if I was going to name a second one, new friend I've made here in the last few months, Josie Wales, Wisconsin. He sent me some 32 brass a little while back. I did a video on. He does a lot of good shooting, revolver shooting, spends a lot of time with his kids. So I guess those be my two that I'd plug out there.
All right, come on, Bo. Keep it moving.
All right, Gizzy.
All right. I got a couple, and then I got one honorable mention, but a couple that I've been watching for years, and one that I've learned a ton of stuff from. His channel name is GunBlue490.
Oh, I love that guy.
And he's an old police armor, retired police armor, and he's got more information, more common sense information on firearms, how to shoot them, how to maintain them. Just an old man with an awful lot of good information. I love his channel. So check that one out. Also, one that I've just came to admire because of his love for older guns is called I Carry One. If you've never watched that, I'll put the links out there in a second. But he's also an older guy. I like older people because I'm an older people, and I kind of like, the way they think about firearms and stuff like that. So I Carry One. I like his channel. And the third one I just like to give an honorable mention to is this new channel. It's a brand new channel. It's called Mini Wayne. And he's only got 7 subs right now. And I know he's trying to get started in the YouTube business, so I'd like to see some people sub his channel. So I think Ron and Misty may know this guy. So I'd like to give him a shout out. But yeah, those are
Maybe
mine.
Just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. They know him. Maybe just a little bit. Thanks, Gizzard.
Jamie CW's got that channel in the chat.
Target Sweet. Check him out.
Really good.
6-shooter Texan. And I really like Gunblue 490. My brain ain't working anymore, so y'all have to excuse.
Jamie, that's fine after the week you've had and everything. You're fine, brother. You're fine. One more I will shout out. Outdoor Joe. He just literally, full disclosure, it's my brother. He's just getting started. He's starting to get in with the ARs and stuff. I've literally got him started into getting a bunch of the stuff going That way he can come on out with me because I told him last year, he goes, "Oh, I want to come out to Thunderwood on the Prairie with you." And I said, "Well, you're not a YouTuber." And he goes, "Well, dang it." He says, "Well, you need to build me something." And I said, "I ain't building you nothing." I said, "What do you want to build?" And he goes, "Okay, well, I got to have this, this, and this." And I said, "Okay, well, let's build it." And he's like, "I don't know how to do it." And I said, "Well, come on over to the house." So he came down to the bunker and we came up with this amalgamation stuff, and he's getting it put together. So that's going to be literally his first video of that amalgamation of that first AR and everything. And he's coming to Thunder on the Prairie with me, and yeah, so go check out Joe. Hopefully that video will be coming out here the next day or two. And yeah, he's just getting started. So hopefully many more to come. Just kind of like me, anything outdoors. He's exactly like me. If you see me, you see him. So we're identical twins. Just to let everybody know. So yeah, 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, guns, just being outdoors. That's going to be his channel, just like mine. So anyway, thanks, Hillbilly. Appreciate it.
You betcha. And sorry, I'm trying to find. There's a couple channels that I love watching. I'm trying to find them, so when it's my turn, I can throw them up there. And it's hard when they pop up on your feed because you're subscribed to them, which is awesome. But then I have trouble remembering the exact name, and sometimes they're hard to look up if you don't remember exact names. So anyway, so who we to Walter?
Yeah, I'll mention a couple. Kind of being down here at the bottom, most of the ones I was going to talk about have been mentioned. Jamie mentioned 6-Shooter Texan. That's Ricky. I enjoy his show, especially his Air Gun Sunday that he's been doing. If you like air guns at all, he's a machinist, and so he builds a lot of his own stuff as well. He's a mold maker, made a few really good molds. I've got a couple of them. So he's an interesting guy to watch. And I don't want to forget about Big Al either. He's got a small channel, and he's gone through a period of kind of rough times health-wise and stuff, but he's got some fun stuff to watch also. And another guy that's present here on our side chat quite a bit lately, and that is Chad Kelly. Chad has kind of just recently been getting into competitive shooting, and he's done a couple builds, and he's still sort of in the process of getting his reloading room squared away just exactly the way he wants it. And he's got some really nice gear in there right now. So he does a lot of reviews every time he picks up a new piece of equipment. And he's another one. He doesn't cherry pick stuff. He makes a mistake. He says so. And so I appreciate that on his channel. So he's a good one. Oh, and one other boy that we haven't said anything about, and that's Georgia Boy 44. I get a kick out of Georgia Boy 44, and he's getting real close to 1,000 subs. I was just in there looking at it. He's only about maybe 40 away or something like that. So if you haven't watched his stuff, he does some fishing, he does some shooting, does some gardening stuff. So he's got a pretty good gamut of things that he's doing. So I'll leave it go with those guys and try to send it back up to you there, Hillbilly.
All righty. Man, I'm trying to find these two kids. I can't.
While you're looking at Billy, I'll throw one more out there.
Yeah.
The Walk with Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to mention the Walk with Al.
Forgot Al. I'm sorry, Al. If you ever see this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's down in Kentucky, and he's one of my subscribers, and I've subscribed to him for quite a while. Good stuff. Yeah. Good call, Mark.
I've asked him to be on this channel and a couple times. He's like, well,
yeah. Well, he's getting ready to start reloading. You know, he
Yeah.
watches all our stuff, and he's got most of his gear collected now.
Who's this?
Walk with Al.
Walk with
but
Al.
if you're listening, come on this channel. We'd love to have you on here. Great guy. I mean,
Yeah, he
just
is.
such a great guy.
He's a musician too, Jamie, and
Yeah,
just
he
kind of an
does.
old boy, you know.
Is it Sundays? He does.
Well, he was
his,
doing it Saturday nights.
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night
That's right.
picking with Al. Yeah.
Yeah, picking with Al, and he sits there on his guitar and does some picking and
Grinning.
He don't got a
You know,
bad voice.
I
He
can't
got a
find
pretty good voice.
Yeah, I think you'd like that channel, Jamie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
Like
know why
yeah,
anybody wouldn't.
He's like a
I don't know
David
where he's
Long
getting all
Poe
his
kind of
guns. He
voice.
does a gun review every week, and he's done one every week for about 47 years or something. I don't know where he's getting them all. He's got
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of firearms he reviews.
What's great about Al, man, he's such a down-to-earth feller. He'll be sitting at his kitchen table, you know, doing a gun review, and you know, and you can see the, you know, little pantry beside him with the pile of beans and, you know, everything else. And, you know, it's just such a great down to earth person. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron put up a link. Thank you, Ron.
Oh yeah, good. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Putting up a link. Appreciate it.
Plus, he's a Kentucky
Yeah.
boy.
Guys,
Is, yeah.
sorry about that. Not highlighting everything. I'm trying to find. I should have done this a little bit earlier. I thought I could go right to their channel, and then I had a mind deal that like went blank, and I cannot remember these kids' channels' name, and so doggone it.
Is it Tennessee?
But they're definitely worth going and watching.
Is it Tennessee Pickers?
No, the name is, it's two young brothers, and they're like, oh man, I want to say 12 and 15 or something like that. It's Ricochet, and I can't remember his brother's name. And they remind me so much of growing up myself.
When you said two brothers, I was sure you were going to call out the Patriot twins.
Yeah.
Everybody ever watch those guys? They're hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, the Hodge
Hey,
twins.
good show.
Yeah, Hodge twins.
They make
We can have a damn good show.
He's like, bam! He's like, dude, that's my line. You stole my line. He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Hodge twins. Man, those guys are friggin' awesome.
They're hilarious.
My favorite one's when he slaps his brother's hand. He's like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing after that. What's that gonna do?" He goes, "Dang man, that hurt."
Walter, guess what? My up arrow ain't working again tonight, man.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, just turn your computer upside down and use your down arrow then. Come on, man.
First world problem. First world problem.
I know. First world problem.
Yeah. First world problem. That arrow ain't doing nothing tonight.
I finally found it. YouTube, if you're listening, which I don't know if you are or not, but please make it to where you can search the people that you're subscribed to. That would be so nice.
Yeah.
It really would be nice. So the two channels that I was wanting to call out, a few of them, and there's so many of them, guys. I mean, as I look down the side chat, oh my goodness, it's just the, you know, it's just endless of these people that put out great quality content and just so much fun, such a joy to watch. And also, there's some channels that's been mentioned tonight that's kind of not in our community, or something like that. And so that's the purpose of this is just, kind of broaden some stuff out a little bit and, um, so we can find some more good stuff. But anybody on the side chat or on this panel, if you're not subscribed to their channels, if you're not wanting to watch them, please do, because it's great stuff. It honestly is. But the boys that I was talking about, I'm gonna put this out here in the side chat. They remind me so much of growing up here, in the way I grew up. But anyway, it's Ricochet and Hatchet. And these kids, they squirrel hunt, they possum hunt. I mean, they've literally ate some possum on their channel. I mean, they're young kids, and I hope they continue this because they have a great future. Just a lot of fun to watch. And somebody else I'm going to throw out here, excuse me, it is his channel is called Eyes and Ears Tactical, and he does a really good job. He, like, every few weeks or so, he is always watching new channels and stuff, and like he will put out a list of some channels that he's come across that he really, really likes. And so I've actually found some really good channels off of his channel, and he does, some great stuff himself, but it's called Eyes and Ears Tactical. And I always like to see people promoting, other smaller channels or this and that. And because you don't always get to, find them, if they're not out there actually on the feeds and stuff like that. Yeah. And Tim S said, hooty hoo. Yeah. Another good channel. No doubt about that. But we are coming up time for the giveaway. So make sure you get your hashtags out there, HBN67, and we will be hollering at or giving away something. So, Chad Kelly is saying goodnight. So make sure you get those out there, and we will be giving away tonight. Again, the black skinny knife. And I know there's a lot of people out there that has these that are in the Black Skinny Knife Club. But there's still people out there that is not. And I've started to go from this onto something else. And it seems like every time I mention that on this show, I get some texts or emails saying, hey, hang on a minute. I am not in that club yet. And please don't do away with that giveaway just yet. And so anyway, we're going to still be giving away the black skinny knife. And I'll tell you one reason why this thing is so popular, guys. It is so simple. It is all metal. It fits in your pocket wonderful. Is so easy to open up, and it is a lock blade. It's got a great blade on it. If anything, this is great to open up your mail and your packages. I mean, it it's just so awesome. So see what Hasbro says. Those are hazardous the fire plugs. Yes, if you're not seeing Hasbro's channel, he got a package of fire plugs in the mail, and they were in the package, and he went to open the package, and he cut right through his package of fire plugs. So they are sharp, and so
Yep.
there's 556 Media, and one thing we've not done yet tonight is call out the side chat. So before we do this giveaway, Walter, would you like to throw something out there for everybody to type in? And Jamie, would you like to call out the side chat, brother?
I'll be glad to.
Awesome. I know your up arrow is working.
Let's think of something here.
Let's get Jamie an up arrow. Please send him one in the mail.
Yeah, just send him one. Yeah. Send him the lower too the next day. Let's talk about here. This will be easy. Just type in hillbilly.
I'm sure back use that one. All right. Walter says type in hillbilly, and Jamie will call you out on TV, as he says.
Well, first we're going to hold this left knob button down and push the thing up, since my up arrow don't work. and we're going to call out, since Walter came up with the hillbilly, we'll have to call him first, but close second is Hasbro with 270W Winchester. So we got Gizzard Gary in the panel and on the side chat. There's Abigail Finnegan, Tim S. Alaska 1, Andy Travis T, Rich White, Mark Thomas is on the panel as well. Duffer 426, Hasbro, Tommy Boy, Dale Pogue, the Scottish American, Woods, Defense Dad, Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog, Bama Dad, Tactical Fud, CW Longshot, Justin Grimm, Pat in a Bunker on the panel, Boomstick Revenge, Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy. I saw his picture. Willie Moreno, Ron Wayne, Old One Guy, Ozzy Osborne, excuse me. Gun websites, Bubba Triclops Ballistics is on the panel as well. There's Chessboard, Mr. Bob, Dwayne 7834, Lead Mining 44. I love that name.
That's somebody new on the channel. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you.
We got Meanie Wayne and Papa's Place. Hey, Papa's Place.
She-Billy. Hillbilly, Shillbilly.
Yeah, there you go. Hasbro.
She-Billy.
That's only when I wear my red wig to do a purse review, buddy.
I thought that was a female goat.
I mean, that's why Hasbro knows that name. Hope you get feeling better, Hasbro, too. He sent me an email earlier. He's not feeling good again. Doggone it. Hate it when people sick.
Yeah, Willie, I'm thinking seriously about a hammer, brother. There won't be no need for no duct tape. I'm just saying. Yeah, Ozzy, it's a little bit confusing, you know. But, you know, simple minds are easily confused, and
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway.
Yeehaw!
We have 29 people entered. And we have like 50 in the side chat. So somebody ain't got
All right.
their HBN 67 out there. So we'll give you guys just another quick minute here. Get your hashtags in. And you
right.
will become a member of the Skinny Black Knife Club.
All right. Well, can I kick it off again, just like I did last weekend?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see if I get a splash or a dud on this one. So here we go. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is that time again. It is Hillbilly Nation. It is time for that giveaway for that skinny black knife. And here we go. Spin it. He's not spinning it.
Wait. I spin it. All right, I collected 2 more. Hillbilly, you're muted. You're not deaf. Come on, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anyway, I
Hillbilly
said
did a hillbilly.
Great impersonation. Pat was impersonating the legendary Gun Snob over on Foul Territory. So you can find them there on Friday nights. So anyway, say we spin this thing, fellas. We got wound up tighter than an 8-day clock.
Do it.
Jamie, congratulations.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, all that hard work with your up arrow paid off, man.
Apparently.
You're not a member of the Skinny Black Club, Skinny Black Knife Club yet. So now you are, brother.
Well, that's what I'm confused about. Is it a skinny black knife or is it a black skinny knife?
It depends on what part of the country you come from, I reckon. I don't know. Congratulations,
thank you. I appreciate that.
You betcha. And I tell you what, you're going to be opening your mail with a smile on your face now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask anybody that has one, man. They are the best mail openers that I've ever come across. But do be careful because they are sharp.
You need that joy before you open up those bills and see how much you got to pay this month.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's about time Jamie won. Man, I've given away over 60 of these black knives. And there's still people that don't have one. And so, but also I want to thank you, Lead Mining 44. Man, you're new to this channel, as far as I know, and thank you so much for jumping in. Really appreciate you. I hope that you continue to come back and visit us. So awesome. So, Jamie, do you need to get out of here early tonight, brother?
Yeah, I could probably go to bed.
Well, you don't have to. I'm just saying if, sometimes you have to sneak away after the giveaway. So I just wanted to give you the opportunity. If not, please stick around.
I'll stick around for a while, but right
Awesome.
now I gotta go to take care of something. But I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Well, I've usually dozed off by now, but I'm still awake. But I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out before I do.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you much for
Mark,
having me.
Thank you so much for being on tonight. You got anything you want to plug for your channel, brother?
Nah, I don't have anything to plug. Not sure what's coming up. Just kind of some of the usual things. When leather goods get finished, sometimes I show them, or if we get to go and do something fun together, me and Seth, we'll put it up.
Awesome.
I don't know if I'll make it next weekend. He does have a big airsoft event we're going to be going to. It's out of town, so I'm not sure if I'll have internet access. I'll let you know.
Well, thank
Awesome.
you so much for being here tonight, Mark. Guys, if you've not been to Mark Thomas's channel, please go check it out and subscribe. Great stuff all around. The leather work he does is amazing. Just not counting the guns and everything else he does. I think most people like leather. I know I do. And the leather work is just, it's worth the subscribe and the view right there. Just watching him turn out, just a piece of leather into something beautiful. And I'll tell you what, guys, that's a skill. I had tried that at a younger age and I wasn't any good at it. And so I know it is a skill. And so anyway, thank you so much, Mark, for being here tonight, brother. Appreciate you as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. We'll see you, buddy.
Good night, Mark.
Yes, and thank you to Tactical Fud and Pat for getting those memberships. And so you guys being a member, you will see you'll get an alert for our Tuesday night VIPs. So hopefully you can jump on there. And what's fun about it is we basically make that night. It's like an open mic night. So we're in there just as family and friends. And so the link to the panel is posted up top, and we've had somebody been jumping in quite a bit lately that has never been on a panel live or anything like that. And he does such a good job at it that, hopefully he'll join us one night here on Guns, Beer, and Therapy. And that's Justin Grimm. I mean, the guy's just a natural. Yep. I mean, he is. And so, yeah. And that's what's cool about it is it's just, friends there and, not as many people as, on here. And so it's just a comfortable night to just visit, talk about whatever you want to. We just have a lot of fun there. And so, if you're a first time member, be sure and check that out. And I think you'll have some fun. So anyway, I've been saving this, how I always like to have something a little bit off topic of a gun channel and stuff. And we mostly do this after the giveaway, just so everybody can jump in and all that. And I've had this topic for a long time, but Jamie always has to leave after the giveaway. And so since he's here tonight, I want Jamie to start out this next topic, because I know he loves this. So what is your favorite motorcycle?
I have a 2012 Harley Davidson Heritage Softail. It's got the 103-inch motor and the 6-speed transmission. Obviously, that would be my favorite. The Kawasaki Nomads with the 1600 engine, and those are pretty nice too. If you're going to be riding across distances, you need a big touring bike, and something like a BMW or Harley, Electra, Ultra, whatever.
I had a 1500 Nomad. That's a nice motorcycle. I had the 1500, not the 16. Good bike.
The only thing wrong with it, and the reason I sold it and got the Harley, was the 6th gear in the Harley.
Mm-hmm.
And Bubba's still playing with chopsticks, huh?
Yeah, everybody probably on the side chat or watching the rewind of this is like, what's Bubba keep flashing around there? So you want to tell him?
I nerded out and bought lightsaber chopsticks. I'm a child.
They are pretty cool, though, I will admit.
Those
would be fun to shoot at night out of a crossbow.
Yeah. I don't want to
Nerf gun even.
You should be racist. I'm sorry. I don't want to be racist or politically incorrect, but you don't see too many overweight Oriental folks. And it's because they're trying to eat with those.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that brings me to the next motorcycle.
Yeah. You also evidently work as a fidget spinner too.
Apparently.
That's it. Sergeant Master Bulldog says, y'all inspire me to create more content. I've got to get over my camera shyness. Buddy, that's something that we all have to get over. And the only way that I know, and hopefully somebody else might have something to say about this, is get in front of that camera and push record. That's the only way that I know of. I can say safely for myself. You go back and watch my first videos. They're terrible. I wanted to take them off, and my wife's like, don't do it. You got to leave those on there. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I should. But man, you just got to press record. And you can always watch it, go back, redo the video, whatever, but that's just where it starts. Does anybody else have anything about that camera shyness?
Oh hell, I still freak out.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. From starting in race cars, didn't have to show my face. All I had to do is go out there and compete. So it was a car with a guy in it. And I waved to the crowd when we started, and that was it. Then I moved on to performing live, doing music, playing bass or doing vocals. That was the next step up, and now I'm on YouTube. So yeah, it took me. It was a progression to get to this point. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you ever truly get over camera shyness. I don't think you actually ever do. And I think it's more along the lines of just be yourself and move on. If the subs come, they come. If they don't, they don't. I've gotten to the point where I don't care anymore, and I'm just going to be me, and that's all I can be is me. I mean, you see how stupid I am on the camera here. What do you think I am in my videos? You ain't watched all of it? I'm doing stupid stuff all the time. I sound like I got the education of a third grader. 90% of the time. The other 10% of the time, I play with freaking lightsaber chopsticks.
Well, that'll happen.
Duffer says he has a face for radio. Me too,
That's
baby.
Good one, Duffer.
Face it, only a mama can love.
Even my mama says, "Dang, you ugly." To be
Face
fair,
for
though, I do
radio.
look like my father, and she finds my father absolutely hideous.
So, does anybody have any favorite motorcycles?
Oh yeah, I put mine in the side chat, but I'll talk about it a little bit. I had a Harley or two and a bunch of Hondas and several Cowies, and but the last probably 25 years I've been riding BMWs, and I had two that stand out amongst the, I don't know, I guess I had 8 during that period. The one that I wrecked on last year, I didn't have that many miles on it. I only had about 25,000 miles on it. It's that R1250 RT, and man, that sucker was one great motorcycle for touring. It really was something. And the one that I rode the most was the 2005 R1200 RT. That's the big, giant dual sport adventure tourer, they call it. And being a dual sport, you know what that means. If you ride, that means it ain't no good in the dirt and no good on the road either. So, but that's the one I rode that sucker from here all the way up to Prudhoe Bay and all the way down into Mexico and then to Central America, and rode that sucker a lot. And that was one of those motorcycles when I threw my leg over it, I was home on that. You know, it just felt like a piece of me, you know, and you could do just about anything if you were, you know, any rider at all. You could really make that bike go just about any place you could think about. But the RT was a better touring bike with heated seats and heated grips and, you know, all kinds of auto this and auto that on it. It was pretty slick what they figured out how to do with ab sensors, and, you know, pretty amazing what you could do with that bike. But anyway, I enjoyed riding, but after that last wreck, I said, nah, that was my 8th out of 9 lives I was done. Got rid of it.
That's why mine's going up for sale when it gets warmer.
If I'd have wrecked it, you know, had that wreck 40 years ago, I'd have got back up, and the bike was destroyed. But I just bought another one, kept going. But that recovery from that was way too hard. I couldn't get through another one like that. So I said, yeah, I'll call it good.
Yep. Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, I was done.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a 1995 600 Honda, a double black. Absolutely love it. I've been out to Colorado with it. Got a special cushion seat from I can't remember the name of the company, but I needed a lot more comfortable seat, and they actually make a very cushy seats for a sport bike. And put it on there, and we rode all the way out to Colorado from where I live, and it's about a good 600 miles, and we made it in one day pretty easy. And then rode up to Pikes Peak and everything, you know, just absolutely beautiful. But man, that old Honda, it just wouldn't let me down. Man, if I wanted to crank it up and just go run, or whether I wanted to putt in town or whatever, yeah, that old Honda,
That's
man.
CBR. Was that the 600 CBR? Yeah, they're a great motorcycle.
Yeah, 95 quad carb, just absolutely beautiful motorcycle. Uh, Somebody had stripped it down and just put it in murder black from front to black from front to black. God damn it, front to back. Uh, And man, that thing, it just rode beautiful. It ran, and it still runs to this day. I mean, just absolutely beautiful bike just to throw a leg over on and just go. No problems. So yeah, that's my favorite bike so far.
I remember the stock seats they put on those things that had about that much padding on them, and that was it. Man. It's
Yeah, they sucked. They literally sucked because
like
I go
riding a
out
park bench in
for
an earthquake.
yep, and I literally went out for about a half an hour at a time when I first got my motorcycle license, and I was riding that thing, and I was like, man, everything is killing me from like the hips down. It was fun to ride, but it was just killing me. And I went on to that. I think it was ghostseats.com, and I bought one of those, and they were pricey. I mean, they were like $300 at the time, and I replaced that, and the gel and everything that they had in those seats. Oh man, absolutely beautiful. I could just lean on that tank and just be there all day after
A
that.
good a good seat or saddle makes all the difference in enjoying the
Hmm.
ride. No doubt about that. I want to say howdy to Keith Gregory out there, buddy. Good to see you tonight. And Willie was wanting to know from the panel and side chat who got them started on reloading. And I'll answer that right off the bat. I'll say Georgia Shooting Connection. And I'm still not started. And Michael Dunn, because Michael Dunn gifted me a brand new shotgun reloader, which I've got to get started on and other reloading. But yeah, and Boomstick said I had a Harley, but it was a golf cart. Yeah, I had some of those too, buddy. Anybody else on the motorcycles before we jump over to that? Myself personally, man, I was dirt bikes. I raced dirt bikes all my life. Loved the trail riding, the jumps, all that stuff. Just I was a big fan of Evil Knievel growing up, and I thought one of these days I'm going to jump the Grand Canyon, but I can even jump a holler here in Ozarks. So, well, I figured I better pass on the Grand Canyon. So, anybody else on bikes?
38 panhead. I've never rode a motorcycle in my life, but I like the way the 38 panheads look. Sorry.
Well, I got a cousin that a lot of people probably don't know. It's a say what they call it, a panhead shovel, because it had the head off of one and the
Shovel
motor
head.
off of the other. Shovel head. Is that what it was?
Well, they were two different things, but I think there was 1 or 2 years where they made
It is manufactured that way.
a kind of a hybrid between the two.
Yeah, and he put a Strucker engine in and stuff. That dude was fast, but I mean, when they went to Sturgis, they hauled their bikes because he said, man, it's lucky, sometimes you don't get a couple miles away from the trailer before it tear up on you. Break an oil line or something, all that vibration and everything. So
I'd just give you some friendly advice. If you don't like working on motorcycles, don't buy a Harley.
Exactly.
They self-destruct with all that vibration.
Oh yeah.
and I love mine. But I had an '02 Honda too. And another thing, those old bikes like that, they were all rigid frames, and the only shock absorption you had it was that spring seat,
Oh
like
yeah.
a bicycle seat, where it actually the seat was all it was moving up and down, and you're hitting potholes at 25 to 60 miles an hour on. I mean, yeah, you rattling your teeth. It's like shooting skeet all day with a 12 gauge shooting 3.5 inch shell.
Awesome. Yeah, Bulldog says he's got a bunch of fire related items he plans to do reviews on. That's awesome, buddy. That would be great. There's probably a few people that can remember. I mean, back before the mono shot come out, and the dirt bikes, you just had the two very hard spring shocks on the back, and there wasn't just a heck of a lot of give on them. And anyway, when you did a big jump, like your ankles felt it and your bottom. I mean, it was pretty tough. And then when they came out the monoshock, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like riding on air. And we had trail bikes growing up. My dad actually, for quite a while, had a Suzuki dealership. And Foss in the motorcycle pick. Yeah, Foss is in the motorcycles. And I had I think it was a 125, I believe, Suzuki. And it was a trials bike. And you know how four-wheel drive has low and high, in your transfer case? This motorcycle had a transfer case on it. And right on top of the side by your left foot peg, just above on the case there's like a wing nut that like kind of stuck out like that. And you kicked it forward, it just clicked going forward for low range. And then you had to basically like full drive, slow down, put it in neutral or pull in your clutch. You kicked it backwards, and that was high range. And that's for specifically made for, trail rides and stuff. So anyway, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that, but anyway, it was quite the bike. And actually,
that's one of my Beamers. That's one of the old RTs that I had. That was a 2006 RT. It was an R1200. That was a great bike too. Spent a lot of time on that one.
Here, let me pull that up. Can you show that again, buddy? Oh, nice. Real nice.
That's over in Death Valley is where that picture was taken. But anyway, I put I think 85,000 or so on that one before I traded it up for another one. Good bikes, really fun to get out and tour on.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's a sweet looking bike, and I'm gonna share this picture that Foss sent in, and see, Foss, I forgot to look see if you had anything typed in there with us. Let me go over and look. So anyway, Yamaha says Yamaha XS 1100 from my younger days. Nice bike, man.
You gotta be careful how you say that.
Do what?
You gotta be careful how you say that. I had a Yamaha, and when I first got it, I called it a Yamaha, and boy, I got lots of grief for that.
So how's it supposed to be pronounced for everybody?
Yamaha.
Yamaha.
Yamaha is a motorcycle. Yeah, Yamaha is a sweet potato.
Yeah, you're right on that, Dapper. It does look like something you can get hurt on, no doubt about that, brother.
Yeah, that's true.
I got many broken bones and stitches, just to say a few.
It looks like that's like the older Yamaha touring bike, ain't it? I mean, I had saddlebags and all that.
Yeah, I had saddlebags, the sissy bar, the luggage rack, the fairing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the
shield,
good stuff.
everything. Here, I'll bring it back up again.
Yeah, they're smooth running machines.
Yep.
Yeah. There's what a young Foss looked like.
During that era, just about everybody was making something like that. You know, Kawasaki had one, and Honda as well were putting out bikes like that because that's what guys wanted to ride. You know, and they wanted to get out and have a fairing. They wanted some hard bags, you know, and enough room to throw some camping gear on and get out and go. And those bikes would do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think my last motorcycle that I raced was a Kawasaki 550. And when they started, you know, it was all that I knew then that it was all the power I ever wanted to be, you know, racing with. And I mean, you know, those type of deals, if you ever race like two strokes and stuff like that, man, it was, you know, pulling your engine apart, you know, changing rings, you know, doing this and that, getting just the right fuel read, you know, for your power band, you know, to kick in. And, you know, it was a lot of fun, but you know, I had finally graduated from that, and I had to I didn't ever own a street bike. Some of my buddies did, so I rode some of theirs, and you know, my next step was to get what I basically was going to call just a cruising Harley. You know, just building something old and rattly, you know, loud, just cruise around here local on. But when my brother got killed on a Harley, I was like, there's no way I can do that to my mama, you know. And so that just kind of ended that right there. And so, but I love bikes, man. I, you know, just have quite the love and enjoyment for them. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, the Indian bikes now, those newer Indians and the older ones. But you got to understand that Indian's been through several evolutions, and James Dean had an Indian. But one of the reasons I decided I'm selling mine Hillbillies because there's a particular intersection right up here just north of Rome, northeast of Rome, and we've had back. Seemed like it was right after the first of the year. There were 3 deaths at that one intersection in 2 weeks. And,
yeah,
and yeah, and it ain't that I'm afraid of dying in a motorcycle wreck. I think what I'm really afraid of is not dying in a motorcycle wreck.
Yeah,
You understand what I mean? There's certain things that I consider worse than death. And
I mean, I have, well, the one that's paralyzed from a motorcycle wreck, he's passed away, but I still have another friend that, you know, and both of those were non-rider faults, you know. I mean,
absolutely.
car pulled out in front of him, and the other one, like, he still limps today really bad and has a lot of trouble with his right leg because there's pins in it all the way from his hip down to his ankles, you know, and but he still actually rides. He, you know, he still rides, and so, but yeah, they're a lot of fun though, man. I really miss having a motorcycle. I have four wheelers and side by sides, and yeah, they can be as dangerous too, no doubt about that. But I found out that it's easier to haul your beer cooler on those than it is your motorcycle. So, oh man, so.
I always wanted to make it to Sturgis, but I would have to ride there and ride back, and then ride while I'm there. And I'm pretty much giving up on that. It's just I'm just getting to be too old of a man.
Oh man. 556 Media says he bought a 98 Shadow back in the day, sold it and moved inland. My wife had a 97 Shadow now. And I have a friend, like she actually worked for the school. She was kind of like the school secretary or whatever you want to call it, middle school. And her and her husband rode, and they enjoyed it so much, you know, that she ended up, you know, taking lessons. She got her own bike and everything. And then I guess it's probably about 15 years ago or so, maybe been a little bit longer. They're out riding, and a dog ran across the street. She was following her husband. His front tire, you know, crashed him, and then she basically ran over and crashed on top, like over him. And, you know, she had, you know, some wounds too, but anyway, he passed away. And it's like, doggone it, man. You know, that can happen in a car accident or whatever, but man, she, you know, it was really rough on her, you know. And, you know, and so things are, man. I don't know if you ever had a dog or something run out in front of you on a motorbike. Thank goodness I was on gravel, but there's not much you can do. I mean, you know, other than to know that you're going to probably go down on that gravel or whatever. So, yeah, that's true, Bulldog. Yeah. But yeah, riding's a lot of fun, man. There's no doubt about that. So, not Rich.
Till you get caught in the rain.
Man, I got caught one time shirtless about 15 miles from the house in the summertime, and that rain feels like needles hitting your body at 50, 60 mile an hour. I mean,
what's really nasty is hail. Get running through hailstorm, and you're out in the northern part of Nevada. There's no place to hide away from it either. You can either stand still and get pounded, or you can ride and try to get through it and get pounded.
Oh man, 556 said he hit squirrel one time. Man, that, ugh.
Yeah, get the tank slapping or something. You're in trouble.
Yeah. And my buddy, like, he still rides a lot, and I'm trying to think what his term bike, the one that he uses. It is a foreign job. I do know that, but I can't remember the model and stuff at the time. But he went around a semi one time, and the only thing he think is because some of the wind draft, but he started getting the handlebar slap, and oh man, he said he thought he was a goner. You know, he's running 65, you know, whatever miles an hour, and he said luckily the only thing you think of was just crank that throttle wide open, and he said it pulled out of it. He said he thought his days were over right there,
Yeah.
and he
When
said, I
in
did
doubt,
nothing
gas it.
wrong. And
You talking about the death wobble?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, I as a rider, he goes, I cannot. He goes, I go back in my mind. I did not do anything wrong. I didn't hit anything, you know, on the road or nothing. He said, I just it come up all at once. And he goes, man, he goes, he said, I thought I was a goner. And yeah, tank slapper, no doubt about that. But he one thing he said about it, he said at least he had enough power that when he cranked it, he you know, it did pull out of it. But he said it's scary to do that at that speed, you know, when that under that situation. Yeah, chessboard, I just got your pictures. Oh man, some sweet stuff here. So let me download these real quick. Show you what chessboard sent. Some sweet stuff here, brother. So let me pull these up. All right. Also, there's a quicker step to share. But anyway, look at that.
Ouchie, ouchie, wow, wow.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Is that what? Nice. Oh, here, I went the wrong direction. Let me go back the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Sweet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, pretty bike.
Nice. I mean, that is clean looking, man. Shiny and white. That's very clean. What a beautiful bike.
That's a Softail, I think. No, that's a different bike, I think. Blow that up a little bit around the gas tank. Yeah, that's a different bike. I think that's
When I zoom in, it kind of gets blurry.
I don't know.
Hasbro says that should be in the HBN 68 giveaway. Fluffy said, I survived the death wobble several times in my Jeep. You must on the CJ5, brother.
Those are good groups, Bulldog. I developed relationships with both of those groups and when I was in CMA.
Nice. Good night, Justin. We'll see you later, buddy.
I'm going to head out here in a minute, guys.
Yeah, we need to call it a night. So, man, it's just so hard to leave when you're having so much fun.
It is. Good topics tonight.
Oh, man. So, anyway, go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, we still got an unanswered question out there about who got us started in reloading.
Oh, yeah. Willie,
We didn't go there, did we?
Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about that. Sorry, Willie. So you want to start this off, Jamie?
He's probably gone by now. We can make that a topic next next Friday night. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would.
I started reloading. What pushed me over the edge, I'd always wanted to reload since I was a little kid. I always wanted to make my own stuff, but we were getting ready for deer season, and I sent my buddy out to one friend from my church went to see another friend from my church who owned a gun store. And I said, when you go out to Tom's, grab me a box of 35 Remington and I'll pay you when you get here. And so he was going out there anyway. So he brought me back a box of, this was probably 2010, 2012, so good long time ago. $33.75 for 20 rounds of 35 Remington. I'm like, that's going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, you could get that Lee classic cast turret press for what, $120?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, 3 licks like that, and I paid for that press. So, yeah, I went the next weekend and bought that Lee press, and I've been reloading ever since. Because I've been saving up 35 Remington and 30-06 brass. Back then, primers were like anywhere from $28 to $35 for 1,000.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, garage guy. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good knowledge over there, no doubt about that. Great knowledge. And
well, I'm working on some 30-30 over there right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And I've been saving my brass, so I got a lot of brass and also shotgun shells. So I mean, at least got a good start. I just got to basically pull the trigger and like get started. And Hasbro says his doctor got him in the reloading.
He handed him a bill, and
Yeah.
So, anybody real quick on that topic before we get out of here?
I'll go. This won't take too long. But back in the mid 70s, I was living out in the country, school teaching and working part time for the sheriff department. And back then, our issued sidearm was a Smith & Wesson Model 39. What a POS thing! What a terrible. But as your backup weapon back in those days, you could carry whatever you could qualify with, but you had to qualify with factory ammo or with whatever ammo you were going to carry with it. So out in the country, a lot of the calls we would get would be Honda Civic versus Angus Bull, and the Angus Bull was usually the one that won. But oftentimes had to be put down anyway, right there, and you weren't going to get it done with a 9mm round. So I had the Smith & Wesson. It's been late. Smith & Wesson Model 29. I still have that one, the Dirty Harry gun, and as my backup weapon, carried in a shoulder holster underneath my jacket. And so you had to qualify with that, though. And same deal, even back then, relatively speaking, 44 mag ammo was expensive, and it was a 125-mile round trip for me to go get it. So I didn't want to practice with that.
Handgun is
yeah, right. So anyway, so that's why I started reloading, and that was the first cartridge I reloaded for was 44 mag. And shortly after that, I was too cheap to buy the factory bullets, so I learned to cast and practiced with cast bullets hand loaded, loaded them hot enough to where I was at least close to a factory 44 mag round. And I always qualified with that 44 back then. I wouldn't want to do it now. But
You know, Walter, there is a Smith and Matheson.
Smith and Messon, yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Smith and
kind of like mine. Yeah. How many people died in that wreck? Good grief.
Look, it's even got a quarter down there. Look at that. It got a quarter for the handle. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a Smith and Matheson.
So,
Smith and Messon,
Bubba, was
yeah.
that made in Kentucky, Southwest Missouri, Northern Arkansas?
It's Maryland.
Maryland?
Maryland.
Yeah, that appears to be a silver quarter, which would make it more valuable than the whole rest of it.
Yeah, it would about quadruple the value of the whole unit, wouldn't it?
That's a Smith and Matheson right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, I tell you what, got that high end light on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a freebie from Harbor Freight, ain't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's tactical though. Look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a 410.
Walter 556 says he wishes you were his backup. He's been police service for quite a long time, and
yeah.
Look, someone put it in a video game. Are you kidding? That makes it twice as good. All right, I'm done. That's the Smith and Matheson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, tell you.
Still functions better than a Glock. Anyway.
Evidently, Mini-Me got a bump on subscribers tonight. He went from 3 to 16.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bubba, you I know me and Gary don't reload, so do you want to anything to say about this topic real quick before we get off here?
CW is the one that got me into reload. CW and Mark Thomas. Mainly CW, just because he always texted me asking me, he's like, hey, you going to start reloading yet? And I was like, I don't know if I am or not. Get you on to, buddy. You on to, brother. It's a lot of fun. I was like, all right, I'll start. Hang on, let me go buy a kit real quick. He goes, no, don't buy a kit. I said, well, I just want to see what's in it. He goes, you're going to waste your money. I was like, I got a deal on it. It'll be fine. It was only $10 more than just buying the actual press. So I was just like, we'll see what we get.
That's where you got your first squib.
Yeah, I got my first squib on the first of 60 squibs on the 38 zinc reloads, because for whatever the reason I couldn't get enough powder or had too much powder. I don't know what in the name of God was happening with that. Everything was up to spec, so I don't know what happened, but
well, alrighty. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out here, guys. So we'll start down with Gizzard Gary and let him plug his channel and whatever he wants to, and we'll work our way around the panel.
Oh, I ain't got much on my channel. I mean, I do a few knife reviews and stuff like that, but I do a live stream every Friday night, just about the same time as Hillbilly, except it's the day before. Friday night at 9 p.m. Central. It's called Foul Territory. If you could stop by, we'd love to have you. And that's really all I got. So thanks for having me.
Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Guys, if you've not been to Gizzard Gary's channel, go over there and check it out. Subscribe. And Friday nights is a lot of fun because it starts off the weekend in a great way. We have Georgia Shooting Connection. And then right after that, we have Gizzard Gary's Foul Territory. And then right after that, we have Gun Website's 2A weekly wrap up. So, I mean, Friday nights just kick it off with a boom. And thanks, sir. Thank you so much, Gary, for being on here tonight, brother.
You betcha.
And also, those people watching on the rewind and whoever's still left on here, if you're interested in going to Thunder on the Prairie, I meant to put this out there earlier. Contact either Travis P11 or Defense Dad, and they can get you the information on that. And before we go on to you, Walter, I would also like, just so I don't forget, to plug this right here.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
Yep,
I love
guys.
that.
This is Saturday Night Mouse Party. So I think it's a couple hours, hour, 2 hours after the show. Go check out DM Foss and catch the Saturday Night Mouse Party. It's a lot of fun. It's every other week right now. So this is a Saturday that it's going to be on. So make sure you go there and check that out. So, Walter, what do you got coming up, brother?
Well, let's see. We've got I
380
think
brass
Monday.
pickup?
Yeah, 380 brass pickup 101. And 101 through 104 are going to be 5 chapters. All right. Monday, I'm gonna kick off the this next series that I'm gonna do. And last year I did a series with 45 ACP with Hensley and Gibbs number 68 style bullet, a 200 grain semi-wad cutter bullet out of 45 ACP, very common one. And the other really common one is a 200 grain round nose bullet. So I'm going to do a series with 8 different molds that I have for cast bullets for a 230 grain 45 ACP bullet, and 2 jacketed and 2 plated. So we got a dozen different bullets that we're going to test with the same load. I got to do a little bit more figuring on what load I can use with all of those that's going to be safe, and shoot them all out of the same gun on different days and get all the specs and collect the data and do a comparison. So that's going to take a while, but the introduction of that, show you what bullets and what gun I'm going to use and so forth, will come out on Monday. Other than that, Free the Few on the Rumble channel is continuing on Fridays. That's liberating some of the smaller containers of leftover bullets that I've got, cast bullets sitting on the shelf that need to go bye-bye and just be trigger time getting those loaded up. But it's got a lot of reloading stuff in it, so it has to go to Rumble. So anyway, that's what I got going on. Status quo kind of for VA whole land out here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, buddy, for being on tonight. Guys, if you've not went over and checked out VAO's channel, make sure you do. Go there, subscribe. You won't be disappointed. And even though Moldy Mondays is over, he has great stuff still coming on. And go over and check him out. And plus, he's also on Rumble. A lot of great stuff on Rumble, too, over there. So make sure you check that out, too. So thank you so much for being here tonight, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Billy. My pleasure being here.
I think this is a record. Thank you so much for being on this late, even. Always a joy. We hardly get to see you after the giveaway. And I'm excited and so glad that you stuck around, not only for your awesome, companionship, but I finally got to get to that motorcycle question. So what do you got coming up, brother?
Not much, man. Thank you for having me. I got I want to do 3 videos on finish up the 308 series. I want to do some shotgun reloading stuff, and I'm wanting to do a video about neck turning, and I got to figure out how to do that before I can make a video on it. So I have to learn. And anyway, Excuse me. Right now we're working on 30-30 because we got something a little special coming up for that. But Friday nights, 8 o'clock, Georgia Shooting Connection channel. Be there. You'll have fun. I promise. And you'll learn about reloading, baby.
Yeah. And I am excited to hear about the 30-30 because that's, one cartridge that I don't even, my old lever action, Marlin, it's been sighted in for years, got the same scope, same setup on it. But the last few years, I haven't even did any test shots before deer season because it's so hard to come by around here. And so, man, I'll be watching that, taking notes, man. So,
good deal.
Anyway, guys, make sure you go over and check out JH586 and the Georgia Shooting Connection. Subscribe to both channels because so much great stuff on there. You will not be disappointed. And thanks again, Jamie, for being here. I really appreciate you, brother. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet you, brother. Bubba, what you got coming up other than chopsticks?
Often heck, I keep on forgetting I had to mute my mic all night. Well, I got. I guess I'm doing a chopstick review. Heck, I don't know. Once I get a couple sights put on that rifle over there, we're going to take it out for a little test spin, have a little bit of fun with it. Still got a couple more parts I'm going to get for it before I'm completely finished with that build. Got a couple new dies coming in because I bought this gun. It gave me an excuse to reload for it. So yeah, got a couple dies coming in. Got a couple different rounds I'm going to try out, and I think we're finally going to have enough time to try out the 450 Bushmaster and do its video because I haven't done a video on it yet. Like I said, the first time I shot it, I didn't have the camera on. I had my nieces and nephews running around everywhere, and really really couldn't focus on camera and make sure they were out of distance. So I decided not to record. So we got that coming up, and I'm still trying to get the video of my grandmother going to the shooting range to transfer over correctly so that the file can actually be edited on my computer. So hopefully I have a little bit of fun with that because that was interesting. I'm trying to convince her to dress up in my tactical gear and have a tactical grandma video. I can get her to wear the helmet with nods on it. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful.
I love it.
So got a couple of those videos coming out for that. Have a little bit of fun with the family and stuff, and hopefully, as long as work stops making me work 16s, we'll get to that eventually. Oh, and the 350 should be coming in the next week or two, so we'll get to see the new paint job I have on it. So that'll be cool. I was told by my buddies. He said because he had to do a different coat on it that he could do because I can't do Cerakote yet. He said, "Don't take this out in front of people in the broad daylight because you'll blind them." Okay. So we're gonna have some fun with that. I got a bunch of reloads I did for the 350 Legend, so that's some more loads I got to try out. But other than that, guys, stay safe, stay armed, stay two-way strong. Have a fantastic day, fantastic week. Keep getting at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bubba, for being here each and every week. Guys, if you've not gone over to Bubba Tricops Ballistic, please go over there, check him out, subscribe. And he did not plug his Wednesday live show. It's in the mid-morning called Guns, Beer, and
No,
no?
no.
I'm sorry.
No, that's yours.
Oh, the
Yours.
good, the bad, the Bubba. Sorry about that. I thought you say Guns, Bear, and the
To
Bubba.
be fair, I've missed that on
Like,
Twitter
what
in
are
a
you
couple
all
weeks,
doing,
so you might as well say it's just been this one.
Oh man. So go over and check him out, guys. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all very much for being here. And I been thinking about painting up one of my ARs, and I might do a hillbilly version on that. I'm not for sure yet, but you know, it ain't gonna be nothing fancy, that's for sure. and But also, with a lot of the chats, the side chat out tonight, I might do it on my B channel, Hillbilly Up, but or Hillbilly American Hillbilly, but I might do a few videos about how to just start out, press record, and film yourself, and put up a video. Maybe get into some easy editing or something. Maybe a few shows like that to help people out, because I think if all that's holding you up is like I'm camera shy, or I don't know what editing to use. All I have is my phone. Get a hold of me, man. I'll help you. You got to start somewhere, and each person has something to contribute, even different than there's so many videos out there. But one thing I do know is every time somebody new presses record and they put out some information, with the 2A community, if it's shooting a gun, doing a review or whatever the case might be, it's priceless in its own self, because you're reaching more people. You got different content that maybe none of the rest of us might have. You got your own spin, your own style, or whatever. And so I'm excited for any people to like just hit record and start putting some content out there. I know it's kind of scary starting off, but it's worth it, man. And there's my little buddy out there, Minnie Wayne. And so anyway, yeah, exactly, Foss. Man, phones nowadays, they have more technology than our first spaceships did. And you're way better cameras than the top NBC, CBS, and all of them had, so yeah, it's if you have a cell phone that's got a camera on it, which most all of them do nowadays, you can put out content. And so yeah, Mrs. Wayne, she's kind of worried about Minnie Wayne there. She always says he freaks her out. So anyway, guys, I just want to thank guys and girls. When I say guys, I mean a group of people. No, I'm including all the ladies out there too, as Bubba would say. Or Bubba, come on, ladies. Bubba can do it way better than I can. Him and Ron. So, but anyway, thank you all so much for showing up for Guns, Beer, and Therapy. I love each and every one of yous. I have just some videos coming up. Some more reviews to do. And when I get through these, then I'm going to get back to my content that I really, really love to do. And which is hopefully making people laugh and have fun. So that's my main objective, and so to make somebody's day better. And so anyway, thank you all so much for showing up. I just want to tell you guys, remember God, family, and country, and make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll be seeing y'all again. Everybody say good night.
Good night, everybody.